lost by the teams that are able to effectively control this field and be aggressive, Chris.
Yeah, like you said, Matty, aggressive is the key word right there. I mean, I think as the tournament, we talked about this a couple games ago, I think as the tournament progresses, you're going to see a lot more aggressiveness up the middle of the field and getting the snake quicker and, getting down the field.
Yeah, and you called that earlier, and earlier on today when we were watching when we were doing the broadcast, is that the center of the field has been very underutilized, and it's very hard to get out as we see Purdue losing their player out of snake one, so it's now a one-on-one situation right now. Could be anybody's point. Let's see what happens, and it looks like they might have actually simoed, Chris. I think they might have simultaneous hits.
I think that might have been what happened there, Matty. Actually, no, I think he's still alive.
Oh, he's still alive. No, is he going to walk off the field?
I don't actually know.
He's confusing us.
I think, yeah.
And he's going to walk off. So I think simultaneous hits, and it looks like we might have ourselves a draw for the first point. What a crazy point that was.
I know. I mean, I like seeing the aggressive play. UConn coming out strong, sending two people up the middle. One obviously looking this way for the snake, and the other guy looking down the Dorito side. I think that's a good way to do up the middle. I mean, it's aggressive, and I love it.
Yeah, and aggression is what you want to see out of paintball players. I mean, this is not a game. This game is not going to be won by sitting in the backfield and trying to shoot guys out of the spot. You need to take ground, you need to play aggressive, and you need to get up into that red zone. So, again, welcome to the show. I'm Matty Marshall. This is Chris Lasoya here, legendary pro player. And we're watching some great paintball so far. I'm also very interested to see coming up after this matchup. Now, we are watching Purdue and UConn play. Both of these teams have had success in the past and could potentially be, potentially favorites here. But, again, their squads are slightly weaker than some of the championship years that they had. But next up after this, don't go anywhere after this game because we have the University of Nebraska Omaha taking on the Maryland Terrapins. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see what Omaha brings because essentially they have a pretty stout roster with about 3 or 4 pro players from Vicious that attend the University of Nebraska Omaha, and so they kind of decided, hey, why should we not just play, tournament or collegiate paintball as well as professional paintball? So,
yeah, they're putting some work in. I mean, Brian Bartle, he's a great player.
Zach Sherman, they got Phil on that team. I mean, it's a lot of talent. So the favorites, I was going to say Liberty was going to be a favorite, but we watched them stumble early on today, even though they ended up winning that match against Florida Atlantic University 5-3. So they did win by 2 points, but they looked really weak in that first half, and I talked to them after that, and I was like, hey, what was going on, man? They're like, oh, you're going to see a different game, but we didn't see that last as they got destroyed by the Black Knights.
Well, I mean, losing Tosh Point-0, I mean, he hyperextended his arm again, and I mean, he's a guy. This is a good snake field. I mean, getting a snake is important, and unfortunately, not having him, I think, kind of hurt them.
And it's so hard to make the snake off the break, as you just saw Purdue get chopped up trying to get into snake one. So it's 4 bodies on 5 with UConn. Oh, now UConn dropping like flies on that Dorito side. 2 quick kills for Purdue, and it's all evened up at 3 apiece. Again, no point that first engagement as the last 2 players shot each other simultaneously. It is a 0-0 game, Chris.
It's looking like one of UConn players right now having some gun problems. So actually, it's more of a 2-on-3 right now. Even though it's a 2-on. Actually, losing another player, Purdue. So it's like almost a 2-on-2. Even though that UConn has 3 players, one guy, his head's in the dirt. I think he's over there texting or he's emailing somebody.
Yeah, I think he's doing surgery on his gun.
Putting his turning in his turn paper or something.
Well, he didn't get that final in.
Yeah, didn't get the final in.
He's got to do it at some point.
So 3-on-3, unfortunately, UConn has a gun down at this point. But, I mean, that's devastating.
But I was going to say, look at this, Chris. This guy's going to get shot in the back right now in the stand-up. You see on your screen right now that yellow Dorito bunker there, the 40-yard line bunker. He's shooting cross field right now at the stand-up. It's a stand-up yellow temple or stand-up yellow can, but he's not able to get that shot. I don't know how he's not shooting that guy. So it's 3-on-2 right now. And Purdue in the driver's seat with better field position and one more body. So both teams have decent field position here on the Dorito side, but here comes the action down the Dorito side. Nice bunker move.
Great move by Daniel Necross.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play right there. He knew that he's going to have to finish off the last player. So UConn, it looks like a minor penalty on...
Overshooting. Probably for overshooting. And look at, we might have a no point again, Matty. Again, we're going to have a no-point game again.
Wow, I couldn't quite see. Was it an overshooting penalty? I couldn't quite see from here.
I think it was an overshooting penalty because as the guy stood up out of the snake, he got about 3 or 4 more in the back of the head. That's actually a good call. Refs out here just making things safe as well as making calls in the field, but they're trying to keep safety of the players the number one concern as well.
Well, paintball is inherently a safe game and has the perception of danger because, you're shooting projectiles at each other. But, these paintballs, these guns are chronoed around 300 feet per second, which is right around 205 miles an hour. Anything that exceeds that is going to get you a penalty. And then also, like you said, Chris, the referee's looking out for everyone's safety. And if you overshoot somebody maliciously, you also are going to get a penalty. And it looks like that happened here. So got ourselves a 0-0 game still, even though Purdue looked significantly better, I felt, in that point.
Absolutely. And look at, I bet you Purdue right now is going to start with 4 players. Since they had the penalty at the end of that game, they are going to start with 4 players this game, I believe, Matt. And it was a minor penalty. So, I mean, do you want to explain the penalties a little bit?
Well, it's a pretty simple penalty system. You have a major and a minor. And the minor penalty is a 1-minute minor, and you're going to go in the box for a minute. Now, if you win the point, then or if you lose the point, then that's going to come off the board. But if you get a 2-minute major, then you're going to stay in there. And we also have a gross major penalty, and we've seen that a little bit today. And a gross major penalty essentially is that you cheated so bad and got caught that you now have to do 10 minutes of penance. And basically it means you're not allowed to play paintball for 10 minutes of game time, which is pretty crazy.
I've seen 2 of those this weekend already.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that really shoots your team in the foot. I mean, guys are out there and they're riding the line. Hey, it's like football. You're going to have holding penalties. You're going to have these minor penalties, but those major penalties, those huge mental mistakes, you're really handicapping your team, especially if you're one of the better players.
Absolutely, Matt. And it's the weather's, at least the weather's good out here.
We are. It's great, and it's not too humid. No. It is slightly humid, of course, we're in Florida. Right. But it's a gorgeous day today here at Central Florida Paintball. All right, so looking at this on your screen, that's Purdue doubling up that back center, dead center of your screen. Oh, they lose one of their bodies. So it's now 3 on, I believe they have 3 players left alive. Yep, 3 for UCONN as well.
And that's and now, I mean, another gun down over there on the UConn side of the field. That's Dorito's side. These guys are just having some problems right now. But Purdue looking good. The guy's going to come out of the box here pretty soon, making the move into the snake.
So a point was scored on that last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's a point on the board. So it's 1-0, and in Purdue's favor. Purdue getting chopped up. The snake has been such a technical beast over here. It's a really difficult bunker to play. And, in paintball, you have different field layouts. It's not always the same layout. So you have to adjust to what's in front of you in the play field. And this particular snake, as you see at the bottom-hand portion of the screen right now as we're watching these guys battle it out, it's a really technical snake, Chris. This is a hard bunker to play.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like you said, it's a new style bunker. It's a little tinier, a lot shorter than usual, than people are used to. So it's going to take a little getting used to over the year, I think. And also, I mean, UConn looking really good, marching down the field. They're taking nice, slow, controlled moves. And right now, UConn just stuck over there. Purdue coming hard.
Look at this move on the Dorito side. Nice job, and Purdue is just wrecking shop over there on the Dorito side of the field, and I actually believe that's the stronger side of the field.
It is, actually, because, I mean, it's hard to, see them coming. There's a lot of stuff in the way. Even if you do see them coming, there's so many bunkers in the way, it's hard to get a shot across the field on them.
Yeah, it is, and there is a lot to work with over there. The tough thing, though, is you cannot go to sleep on the snake. If there's somebody in that 50-yard line snake, and he can really tear some people up from there, but it's just so tough to get there. We've only really seen a couple guys be able to consistently do that. Chris Tregarthen is definitely one of those guys from Cal State Long Beach 49ers, and I think that they're one of the favorites in this event.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm starting to see, a lot more aggressive play. I want to see them against, like, another aggressive team, such
like
as
Purdue, for instance.
Purdue. I mean,
Purdue's coming real aggressive.
I like this game already. I mean, I like aggressive anyway.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you defined aggressive paintball for a whole generation of players, including myself.
And you defined shooting me as I do it.
Oh, we had some fun ones.
Yes, we did. But I mean, honestly, I don't see UConn just sitting back and taking this. I think they're going to come back a little stronger, not just now, but in the second half as well. I mean, we still have a lot of time left in this first half, 4:49.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what. We're up here grinding in the sun, trying to call these games. Let's take a replay of what Laura does while we're doing what we do.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, get that hair nice and pretty.
See?
Little tangle in there.
See?
Some dreadlocks coming in the back.
Yeah. Split ends.
Dreadlocks.
Look at her. She's like, I'm so tired.
Blonde
my
dreads.
feet hurt. Oh, look at this. Oh, my shoulder.
Look at those.
Look at her pulling this. Look at her pulling this. The thing off her shoulder there. Look at that.
It's amazing time-lapse photography of Laura McKeeman just in the trenches.
And that's why she has split ends.
Laura in the trenches. Laura, how's it going down there?
You guys are brutal.
Brutal.
But it's all right.
Brutal.
I love it.
Don't hate me because I don't have split ends.
You do have split
No,
ends.
I don't.
You do. I want to see those.
Okay. I'll show you a split end.
Oh, nice. Hey, guys, this Purdue pit, they're talking about how they are better paintball players than their opponent. They really feel that way, and we'll see how they can continue to go. But I think they've adjusted, and they really feel confident going forward here.
Well, Laura, they should feel confident because they have definitely played a better game so far. They played much more aggressive. They're gunfighting much more crisply and sharply out of their bunkers than UConn is right now. They're not losing as many guys. Right now it's 4-on-4.
You know, Purdue definitely in the driver's seat right now. They're in the snake. Another gun problem by UConn. The same guy is having the same gun problem that he did 2 games ago.
Yeah, at that point, that's when you just grab your buddy's gun. It's like, look, you're not playing. Give me your gun.
Yeah, I mean, and
I need something that works.
It's unfortunate because he's the guy that's keeping these guys, that's supposed to be keeping these guys from coming down the snake.
So UConn is going to tap out of that bunker right there, and now
I don't
coming
think he
down
got
the
shot. I think he tapped.
I hope to God he did.
I don't think he did, bro.
So here comes Purdue coming down the snake side of the field and the center. Purdue is looking really good right now. Oh, just I spoke too soon. He gets a little lazy in that snake. He gets shot out of the referee in there checking out his back player.
I don't think he knew that guy was in the corner either, Matty. You know, the UConn, last player in UConn taking the walk. Purdue dominating this game so far.
They really are, Chris. They are absolutely dominating right now, and they're doing it with aggression. You know, this is not an easy field to progress forward into these spots because, you know, like we talked about, the snake is very technical. It's tough to get out there, and when you get in there, there's a lot of guys that can shoot at you. Some other snake layouts in the past have been a little bit easier to make on the break and a little bit easier to play out. But I like, you know, actually, and I talked to Liberty about this, and maybe that was one of their problems. Obviously, Purdue's not having a problem getting in there right now, but the issue is that when you have a technical snake like this, if I'm the better team, if I feel like I'm playing on the better team, I like that because the harder it is to play out there, the harder a bunker is to play, the more the better teams are going to, I almost said good, the more the better teams are going to excel.
Right.
And that's what we're seeing right now. Purdue is they're just playing better out of their spots. They have better game plans. They're more aggressive. They're making those moves. They're just doing fundamental paintball better than UConn right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're shooting their lanes. Like you said, they're shooting their lanes. They're getting out, you know, they're getting out wide. They're not, you know, risking anything really. I mean, if they do, they're risking one guy maybe to the snake or out to the Dorito side of PA.
And at this point, what I would be doing, too, is I'd be calling a timeout if I was UConn, man. They need to go back to the drawing board here.
They need to fix their guns, is what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to play paintball if you don't have a working paintball gun.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. I mean, it totally takes you out of your game. You know, and it's frustrating, and, you know, they even watch it for that matter.
Yeah, so it's just, it's going to be interesting. UConn really needs to dig deep here. All right, so coming up, we have some awesome games coming at you as we head into the afternoon's competition. Right up after this match, University of Nebraska Omaha is taking on the University of Maryland Terrapins. That's going to be a really interesting matchup. I really hope Maryland brought their A game because they're going to be playing against some of the best paintball players in the world that play on the University of Nebraska. We're talking about Brian Bortle, Zach Sherman. I think Chris Hooker's on the squad as well. I mean, that's a really stout lineup. And then right after that, last game of the day, University of Florida Gators taking on Temple University Owls, and that should be a good match too. You know, Florida Gators are used to playing in this weather, and you know, it's really not that bad here today. It's actually kind of nice right this second.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, I'm enjoying this too. I like this aggressive play. I mean, UConn, you know, making some moves at the middle. I like what they're doing. You know, they take out one Purdue player in the corner of the Dorito side over there, and you can look on your right-hand side of your screen. That guy, that's a good spot up there. You can shut down the whole Dorito side now.
Yeah, and you're looking at UConn. I think that was Tony Costa on your screen. Now, Tony is the super-duper mega senior. He's been at UConn for 8 years.
8 years.
They call those people doctors.
Yeah, they do. He's on the 10-year plan.
Yeah. Well, the first collegiate championship I ever did was 6 years ago, and Tony Costa was on the team then. So, and he was already one of the better players. So now, 6 years deep into his paintball career, he should really be starting to step up his game. And UConn's going to need it right now because they are not looking good against Purdue. No points on the board, Chris.
No, but I like I said, I don't see them, you know, taking it lightly. I definitely think, you know, I mean, they're making mental mistakes right now, but I think that they'll fix them hopefully later in the game right here.
Well, we'll see. Right now, Costa is in that stand-up bunker right behind the snake, trying to shut down Purdue's player who's in snake one. You see Costa locked in this gunfight. Now he makes his move out, and it looks like he was able to make it in there clean. So, no, referee's getting there and checking him out. He is clean. See him there on your screen. So, nice move by UConn to mirror Purdue's move into the snake. So both teams with the snake presence, both teams also have a player in the center of the field. So it's a pretty evenly matched field layout right now for these teams, Chris?
Yeah, they're actually, they're pretty much heads up paintball right now. And the better team out of this is going to win. They're almost exactly in the same spots. I'm looking for a move. I think the guy in the middle is going to run down the middle. There he goes.
There he goes. You read his mind. Oh, he did it right as he was loading, too, but then he gets destroyed himself. But nice move to clear out that center. I think actually that was Tony Costa in the center. So great job, Purdue, just continuing to ratchet up this aggressive play they're bringing to the table here and completely dominating the first half of this game. Thus far, score 3-0. Just 3-on-2.
Oh, Jesus. What was he thinking?
What was he doing?
What are you doing?
He wanted to get, what he was thinking was, you know what I really know would be awesome
I don't want to play right now.
No, I want 10 chest welds. I need 10 chest welds right now.
Yep. And see, I was just going to call that too.
Oh, and he gets shot over the top of that bunker. So,
but going on the Dorito side now, is it one-on-one? No, it's a two-on-one situation.
So it's Walsh for UConn trying to get his team on the board.
Walsh
He really needs to pull this out right here.
Where are these people?
Got to lead him.
Oh, it's a one-on-one right now.
It's a one-on-one. It looks like, and it got complete and utter mental failure by the back player here for UConn, as it was a 2-on-1. You really cannot lose it, especially
right there.
down.
Walsh shoots out Foster of Purdue. Great play right there. He won that game pretty much single-handedly, Matty.
Absolutely. He runs the snake player down, spins around, shoots, he actually missed his shot, but he ended up making up by shooting him after that.
I don't know. He wasn't even close either. They were like 10 feet.
It's like, you got to shoot in front of him, man. If the guy is running, you can't shoot where he was.
Good Lord.
But he ended up pulling off the one-on-one. So
yes,
congratulations to Walsh to keep his team in this match. Let's check out a replay real quick here. So you're looking at this on the Dorito side of the field. This is Purdue trying to make something happen, as it was a 2-on-1. He actually clipped one of them. There it was.
Right
just as he came back in, he didn't get his loader in quick enough, and Walsh was able to get the shot. Paintball's so much a game of momentum, and now with the score 3-1, we have a 2-point spread, and we talk about this a lot, but it comes down to that 3-point spread a lot of times. It's such a mental game, and when you get yourself in that position where, okay, now, instead, if Walsh had not pulled out that one-on-one and run that guy down in the snake, we'd have ourselves a 4-0 match with only 33 seconds left in the first half. Instead, now it's a 2-point game, so if UConn can actually get maybe a little bit of aggression going, I haven't seen any of that out of them yet. Walsh had some clutch play to keep him in this match, but now, if they can get some aggression going and maybe put a point on the board, it's going to be tough in 33 seconds, but they'll, hopefully, potentially be able to, to make this a 1-point game here heading into halftime.
Yeah, no, if I'm Purdue right here, what I do, I take a nice smooth break out in the blue zone, cross up, shoot my gun for 30 seconds, and then come back out, blaze in next half.
Absolutely. And it's, I don't know, would you run double A play up the center?
I would if I was UConn. I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get, one, two things going to happen. Either A, you're going to die real quick, or you're going to shoot a couple of them in the break and get down the field. It only takes you about 11 seconds. You can score a point in 11 seconds.
You definitely can.
And they need a point here before the half for sure.
All right, well let's go to the beautiful Laura down on the field. Laura, how you doing down there?
Oh, just great. It's getting a little hot down here, but it's definitely getting a little hot in UConn's pit as well. Tony Costa, though, he kind of took that veteran role. As you guys said, he's been around for a while, and he said, you know what, guys, just play smart and don't get penalties right now. Let's come out in the next half a little bit more aggressive and a little more ready to go. Guys?
That's what they need to do. They absolutely need to do that. And so that's a good veteran role. That's what veteran players are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be stoking that competitive fire for the younger guys.
Right there, Purdue losing one player in the break. But there you go. See, I like this aggressive play right here.
Yeah, so UConn into the 50-yard line snake and able to get 2 quick shots on the Purdue players and going to take them out, and it's going to be a penalty as well. So one player clears out 3 guys, Chris.
See, 10 seconds. All these guys are still in their bunkers. There's one guy alive. There's no reason you shouldn't be at that flame.
Yeah, we're going to try. I don't know. It's going to be really close. I don't think he's going to make it in time. Oh,
I don't know. I think he got it.
He might have got it.
I think he actually got it. Actually, and like we talked about, Matty, they needed to get a point to keep the momentum going for themselves. It's now going to be a 1-point game going into the second half.
And listen to them. They're doing their chant in the pits right now. They're getting up, not down, and that's what it's going to take for them. So awesome job by UConn. It was like you said, finally the kid in the back decided, hey, man, he looked at the clock, was like, oh, my God, I need to run this tag in.
Got to go.
Yeah, so there's a nice little angle here. I'll tell you what, again, no one's safe out there, man. These guys are getting right directly in those lanes to bring you some good angles at home, so you can understand kind of what it's like to be out there. So they're definitely getting their money's worth right now.
I think honestly I've seen him clean his lens probably 20 times today.
We almost need to get somebody over there just to help him.
Look at that camera. It's just all yellow in the front. Hope you guys have insurance on those things out here.
That's some solid glass.
Look at how much yellow paint's on that. Oh, man.
All right, let's check out this replay, Chris. All right, so, oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. That's the replay on the camera clean angle.
I see you.
I think he needs to get a new cloth, man.
Something. That thing was white before the day started. Now it's yellow. There he is, right there.
Cameraman.
Taking it for the team down there, my friend. You're taking it for the team.
Camera crew's definitely under the money today.
Yes, he is.
I wonder how many times he's been shot today.
I don't know, man, but
I haven't been shot yet today.
He's wearing his
wearing them with pride.
Yeah, he's wearing his Empire padded up gear down there. You know, thank God to that's one of the sponsors of the tournaments here, Dye and Empire. So thanks out to those guys for their sponsorship of the league. JT, of course.
Yep, JT, Empire, Dye, and GI and you know, without the sponsors, this doesn't happen, you know?
I'm big boned. Look at him. What are you looking for? He's looking for land. Oh, man. But, yeah, I mean,